It's frightening to me from the standpoint that my tax dollars over a period of time put this infrastructure in, and then my government will sell it to somebody else to make a profit, and then we the taxpayers will never get it. We'll never get any of our investment back.
And the people who will make a profit from it are the same ones who got the bailout money, and who initiated the need for the bailout to begin with dishonest dealings. Now they're going to turn around. They're going to own everything. They're going to own the whole show.
And
they're going to be running the show.
I agree with you. Look, I have been, honestly, I heard about the tax day Tea Party, and then it just blew up. I mean, I am just amazed when you look at the map that Fox News had up and the red dots that was across the United States of America. These are all tax-paying, good citizens who have said, I've had enough, and I'm going to take my personal time to organize this event. And I'm going to get out there, and I'm going to fight the good fight. And
it was grassroots, and it was regular people. None of these events ever got ugly.
That's right.
They stressed that, this is a nonviolent protest. We're going to make our voices heard, and we're going to, I assume they're going to vote accordingly in the future. Right. We hope they'll have a decent choice.
Well, it's in times that we're in now. I think you will also have people that maybe for years had considered, I want to be a state rep. I want to be a U.S. rep. I think I have a shot at being a senator. They will calculate this and say, you know what, this is an opportunity that I can't pass up. And those people, I think you'll see them start showing up all over the place.
Well, and let's not forget, all this stuff with the banks happened on a Republican watch. This is
you and I.
This is not a partisan issue.
The bottom line is it's out of control.
Yes.
And it's up to we the people.
Yes.
To get it back in control
because it's the same people pulling the strings, irregardless of the party that you're talking about.
Absolutely, money is money.
Yes.
When my national debt was $8,000 or $9,000 per person, that's one thing. We've seen now some numbers with some of these bailouts that's pushed it to the $25,000 range, and potentially if all of the spending that Barack Obama wants to spend could push it as high as $100,000 per person in the U.S. And I do not want to see this country turn into a third world country, and we're very quickly heading that way. We've set policies in place. We have legislated. We have made laws that have driven manufacturing out of this country, and we're paying the price for it now.
There's been a lack of oversight that have allowed these banks and these other big corporations to run rampant.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, a certain level of greed, a reasonable level of greed. I would like to know that my stockbrokers out there hustling and looking, trying to get me the extra edge to make me some money. But what they're doing now is just unbelievable. You make a home mortgage to somebody that there's no way in the world that they will ever be able to pay it off, and you bundle it together and you package it in a derivative, and it's absolutely.
Well, and they don't want to lose any money when the deal breaks down.
Well,
they still want to make all the money that they planned on.
And look, that is one of the things, ladies and gentlemen. If you've watched any of our shows, I think you will understand a reoccurring theme that the money people will do what it takes to eliminate all the risk out of their investment
and all the competition
yes, off of their investment. And then they'll put their money in.
Right.
And one sense of the term, you could say, well, that's a wise businessman. But what we've allowed is, we have by laws, and the people that are in our Congress, and a good portion of what's in the state, we take all the risk off of somebody, and if it goes good, they make triple the money. If it goes bad, they lose nothing.
Right.
And
and they don't pay any taxes on it if they
right. And it's
if they
just
make money.
it's just now is the time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to take a day off from work. The next time that there's a tax day protest, it's time to take the kids out of school. It's time to bring grandma and your neighbors and load them up in your car. This is the time that we have the opportunity to take our country back. I understand, look, I'm never going to agree with everything that an elected official does. I understand I'm going to be at odds over a few things with them. Potentially a little bit more than most people. But we have they are utterly disgusted with us, the taxpayer. They do whatever they want to.
Well, they don't need us anymore.
Well,
just like the global corporations do not need us anymore.
And one of the big reasons they don't need us anymore is because enough non-thinking people will keep electing these buffoons to office. And it's up to us. And let me say this again, ladies and gentlemen, midterm elections. Get educated, get involved, get registered to vote, and in 2010, help us take the country back. It's a very simple process. The Republicans came blowing in 92. Though actually Ronald Reagan said it, and there were some pretty good Republicans through that time. But then people realized if they just put an R by their name, they could get elected. And we've had a lot of problems with that. Honestly,
well, that's how influence works, and you just have to go in and clean house.
I don't
every couple of years.
I just don't know how someone sleeps at night when they know that they're throwing the Constitution away
on a bed full of money.
Right? How do they sleep at night knowing that they're throwing their children's futures away when manufacturing is leaving, where we've lowered our standards to nothing, where education is slipping, our infrastructure is crumbling? I just don't know how they sleep at night, even though they do get their little farm aid package in their pocket. I just don't know how they sleep at night.
It's the I got mine ethic.
Well, it's hopefully it is finally to the point. Deborah and I was talking earlier, and when I started down the road that I've been on since 1991, the county budget was $14 million total, and there was about 325 employees. Now there's 1,100 employees, and the budget's $124 million. I wish I could have got a few more people on my team earlier on, but I think the American people are going to stand up. I think they're going to be counted this time around.
Let's mention that there's a stormwater hearing on the 23rd.
Oh, that's
Thursday.
Right. We want to get that in April the 23rd. There is going to be a public meeting, County Commission chambers, 9 a.m. Discussing
reducing stormwater permitting standards.
Right, and we discussed that in the previous show. Certainly have some concerns about reducing this because it potentially may mean flooding down the road at your house.
Correct.
So here's another opportunity for you to take part in government. Look, a great day. I'll be able to tell my grandchildren that I threw tea in Blackwater. I did my part, and I'm going to continue to do my part. And ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you will do your part also. I'm Jerry Cooey.
I'm Deborah Nelson. Good night.
Good night.